If there was a drug that could make you feel the same way that rigorous exercise does, then most everyone would want to take it every day. According to a study published on the National Library of Medicine website, higher physical activity was significantly related to better life satisfaction and happiness in all young, middle aged, and older adults. I have a graph I printed off from this study, and it shows that life satisfaction goes up both in age, as age goes up, and physical activity, the amount go up, and they correlate together. And exercise has had tremendous effects on multiple aspects of my life personally. Society as a whole is affected by poor health and wellness of all of us individuals. My objective today is to explain why everyone should take the time to exercise. I'll be explaining the possible negative effects of not exercising and the possible positive effects of exercising. Finally, today I will explain a few simple solutions on how anybody can get started. There are a myriad of negative effects that result from not exercising. Some of the more well-known are increased risk of heart disease, mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. According to the Center for Disease Control, heart disease is the leading cause of death for men, women, and people of most racial and ethnic groups in the United States. They also list physical inactivity as one of the leading causes of heart disease among Americans. Anyone who consistently exercises knows that they generally feel happier after exercising. A review of a study on the effects of physical activity on depression symptoms, written by Harrison Ween, PhD, found that physical activity may play a central role in mood regulation. So let's now explore the potential positive effects of exercise. The negative effects that I discussed in my last points are two of the large effects that can be reversed by increasing physical activity / exercise. In addition to mood regulation, exercise has other cognitive effects. It also contributes to your quality of life. And as college students, we've all had those days when we feel like our brains just don't want to work. And in such a fast-paced and demanding society, some of that is bound to happen. It's imminent. But there's a direct correlation between physical activity and cognition. In the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services physical activity guidelines for Americans, they state that greater amounts of exercise has the effect of improvements in cognition and lower risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. By exercising and taking advantage of the movements that you as an individual can do, and different movement capabilities are different between people, but you ultimately can improve your quality of life. Even though quality of life is subjective, I think it's reasonable to assume that being in good shape and being able to do everything that you want to do can improve the quality of the life that you live. And I know that getting active can seem scary and seem like a tremendous task, but it's easier than you might think. Throughout this speech, I've talked about the benefits of exercising and the negative effects of not exercising. But what does exercising mean exactly? And how much of a time commitment does it take to get started? So when mentioning exercise and the benefits associated with it, most of the sources that I've reviewed are talking about aerobic activity. For adults, this can mean running, jogging, biking, playing sports, some weightlifting, and even fast walking. The point is, don't think that you have to run a marathon every day to receive benefits from exercising. The amount of time an individual needs to spend exercising to receive maximum benefits depends on the age and gender of the person, but general guidelines for adults are 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity workouts per week. And that is based on the national standards set by the CDC. So exercising is something that we can all do to increase our health and wellness substantially. By sacrificing only 2.5 hours per week at a minimum, you can receive a wealth of benefits such as increased cognitive function, well being, and lower risk of heart disease and mental illnesses such as depression and anxiety. My belief is that everyone should take the time to exercise. The truth is, there are countless things in this world and in our individual lives that we have no control over, but taking the time to exercise and reaping the rewards is something that all of us must decide to do.